Hello folks, welcome to Walkie Talkie. I want to do this one just kind of showcasing what I've learnt in the last 24 hours with regard to the prevent workshop. Right. You would expect what you call the criteria for admission. You know, you would think the referrers should be like the police, healthcare workers, doctors as in family doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, you know, like really positions of authority, maybe even a police team or whatever. No. If you're talking about like a child going through school, it could be just their guidance teacher that is enough to refer to prevent. If you're talking about secondary slash not secondary, college slash uni, it could be the uni lecturer, right? You would have automatically thought it would have been like a head of school, the head of a department. It's just, as I say. And if you're talking about kind of like out with college, uni, as I say, it could even be the healthcare worker in your local pharmacy. It's not any big, hot, what you call authoritative positions. It would just the general type person that can refer. They do have a flavour of authority, but they're not exactly the hygiene or the head cooking bottle wash. It's just someone at authority and no more, right? And the thing is, because it's not these what you call time served experts, like consultants, police, healthcare assistants at a local health centre, right? The whole referral can be largely put up into interpretation, not put up to interpretation, right? Yeah, so this is where the whole thing with inappropriate referrals, misworded referrals, things that have had its context ripped out just to get a referral going happen. This is exactly where we're at. I am totally in the idea of people that have had time served authority, time served experience, and what to listen out for and what not to listen out for. Unfortunately, the way things are going, it won't be long till any fucking hard dog could send referrals out. And the thing is, when referrals go to prevent, right, they are getting put up against a board consisting of police, social work, and various other very important key positions. So, I'm very uncomfortable at the thought of, let me call it meagre authoritarian roles making referrals to us, because if you send out the wrong referral, to be honest, or send somebody who shouldn't be going to prevent, then you're single-handedly, by signing the forms, you are legally responsible for ruining their lives, just on a thing that could have been misinterpreted or otherwise. It's just wrong. I think, to be honest, it's that age-old phase. Read the document before you start signing away. And this is what, and generally in society, is wrong. Too many people are looking for the punchline, and they'll sign a form without looking at the fine print, and then when they've signed it and the things within the fine print start appearing. They're like, hey, I didn't sign up for this, what a lot of shite, blah blah blah. No, they sign for it. It's their problem. But yeah, I mean, personally, as I go forward, I'd love to see the prevent system being used for genuine, people that are identified as terrorists, and the MAPA thing returning back to people of sexual conviction. The third thing I was going to kind of mention, instead of all this preventing MAPA and all that crap, right? As I jokingly said in a previous YouTube video, there should be a thing called "Don't Be a Cunt" workshop, right? And let's say John Blogs got a long list of started fights with people, and he's got a few fight convictions on him, antisocial, treats people like filth, blah blah blah. He should be sent to the "Don't Be a Cunt" workshop, right? Instead of preventing all that non-necessary crap, right? He goes to "Don't be a cunt." He identifies how he's a cunt, how it affects people, and then he gets a slap off an MMA fighter who's secretly hiding in a broom cupboard within the room, and that should bring him back down to base. I think that should be it, because with "Don't Be a Cunt," you don't get a criminal record, you don't get your life choices smashed into the ground, you don't get your chances of finance being denied, all that stuff. You get to learn about yourself, you get a slap, and off you go. Anyway folks, if you like that video, like, share, subscribe. It's pissing wet in the West End again, so I'm going to get myself in. You know what to do. Like, share and subscribe, and me love you long time.